Hi, in this video we're going to be doing this card, which again has a Night of Navy base. This time I'm using the Pop of Pink designer series paper, this one, which is black crossed on the back and pink stripes on the front. So we're going to use that designer series paper and then just some Whisper White cardstock. So again, you've got your Night of Navy card base. This one I've cut down to 10.5 that way, and it's a full A4 length that way, and it's scored at 14.9 centimetres. So 10.5 centimetres scored at 14.9 centimetres. Then the designer series paper that goes on as your first layer, this is 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. And then the Whisper White cardstock is 9.5 centimetres by 13.9 centimetres. And we're going to create this 3-step stamping layered effect. And basically you ink the stamp up once and then stamp with it twice to give a graduated feel as you go across the card. And then we're just going to pop a little sentiment down here at the bottom. So I'm going to give you some tips on how I do this. First of all, I always use grid paper, and you can purchase grid paper from me on my shop. You get a whole stack of 100 sheets for £10, so it's really good value and it gives you a nice base. It's got centimetres on one side and inches on the other, and it's just really useful to use when you're stamping, especially when you're trying to line things up. So Night of Navy ink, and the stamp that I've used is the floral border piece out of the Floral Phrases stamp set, and I try and get this edge, not necessarily the rubber edge because that can sometimes be wavy like on this side, but the actual stamp itself, if it has a straight line, I try and line that up with the edge of my block, because I know the edge of my block is straight, so as long as I aim to line it up correctly with that, then if I line my block up straight it should stamp straight, if that makes sense. So I'm going to work from back to front, so this is going to come this way, and that way I'm not smudging the ink as I go. So I'm inking up my stamp, make sure it's got nice coverage, and then I'm lining the back up with my stamp. Press down, make sure you've caught the middle as well, lift it up, and so you've still got a bit of ink left on there. So then we're going to come back again, and then we're going to come back again. And it doesn't matter if they're exactly the same, although that's pretty good, but you can use, see I've used the grids as well to help me line up where I'm going, and I know my card is straight because I've lined it up on my grid paper. So then that gives you that graduated effect. I probably could have started it a bit further over. On this one I started it probably a whole ½ centimetre further over. So if you don't like it, you can always turn it over and do it on the other side, or if you think that's going to show through because it's a dark colour, you've only wasted one piece of cardstock. So if you don't like it, don't use it, try it again with another piece of cardstock. Now, just going to make sure this is the right size, yep. So I'm going to do that again so you can see how I'm going to adjust that. Again, nicely inked up. I've got my scrub next to my elbow, so I need to make sure that I've got enough space to manoeuvre. I'm going to get it a little bit further over this time. That's a bit better. And then a little bit further in. And a little bit further in. And if you do them as you go, you also, you know, all in one hit without moving the cardstock around, you tend to get a bit of a better evenness as you stamp. Okay, so that's how I've done those borders, and I did the flowers trailing down the card because I think that just looks right for a portrait shaped card. So then to match the designer series paper, we're going with Pop of Pink designer series paper, which uses Melon Mambo. So this is the bright pink Melon Mambo, and this is words. And again, I've tried to line up the words with the end of that stamp. It's not 100%, but it's close. And then what I always do with words is I always test them. So I see what it looks like and whether there's a slight shift downwards, and there is a slight shift downwards. So now I know there's a slight shift downwards, then I can try and compensate for that. So whereas I would think that would be straight, I need to shift it slightly. And then that becomes a lot straighter. I need to hold it away from me, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, that's definitely a lot straighter. Okay. And that is it for the stamping. And now literally you're just going to mat and layer these together. And there we go. That's our card all done, nicely layered up. Not too shabby. So that was easy, quick and easy. Come back for the next video and we'll do another one. Thanks, bye.